it's Brenner, and I'm here with the amazing, wonderful pop idol caster, singer, amazing voiceover talent.
Diana Garnet, hello!
Woo!
Yay!
So it wasn't aliens at first, was it?
No. Sorry, I'm not very good at this.
No, but see,
I'm like still kind of jet lagged. I apologize.
Oh, please. We've had that thing where they've had us record at crazy hours before, like going to a con or something.
Oh my gosh.
And I've done that more than once. And I've been fully booked to do video after they've had me record for 4 hours straight in extreme voices. Which is easy enough for me to maintain. But imagine if you had to sing for a show and a game and then had to host.
I think I'll be doing that today.
Oh. So why don't
I did like a full set, and then I'm seeing something afterwards.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us like some of the ways you make sure that your voice stays good when you have to do all that kind of craziness?
My number one recommendation is sleep. Just sleep. Sleep as much as possible. And then I also highly recommend wearing a mask, and then I have a steam inhaler as well. So 400 humidifiers, just like in a circle, like in a seance around you is good. So like place yourself in a circle of humidifiers, wearing a mask with a steam inhaler. Mm-hmm.
And it looks like an episode out of Monk, doesn't it?
Yeah. Love Monk.
Yeah. Monk, tell me it's anyone but the coma guy. Tell me it's the Keebler elf. Yeah, and you bring this wonderful personality of yours to your VTubing as well, which is very, very fun to watch when it happens.
Yay. Oh, yes, it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's lots of fun.
It's like a special event. It's kind of like some of the stuff you may have seen in like the SAO Ordinal Scale movie. It's like, oh, the VTuber and singer is going to perform right now, and it's going to be a boss battle. Has that happened yet? I think we can make that happen.
We can probably make that happen.
Yeah, we can make you. Yeah, you could be singing during a boss battle. That sounds like fun.
I think I am doing that in an upcoming game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a song. I actually got to write that song too. I wrote the lyrics for it, but it's the upcoming Card and CL game. I performed the same character in. Oh, I can't talk about it yet.
I know that's what we have to worry about a lot is like.
I can talk about the fact that Card and CL exists, and then I'm in it.
Yeah, that's like how.
Also, I cast it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I am the casting person for this.
I didn't cast myself though.
No, yeah.
I promise. I was cast by the Japanese casting director, and then he was also like, "Can you cast all of our games always?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Which is fun.
Super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes the devs they'll be like, "We want you to do this.
We want you to do this."
And you know they're the ones who says what goes, which can help also protect us. If like Yoko Taro says, "This is what will be happening in my game,"
then we know. Yeah.
Then everyone will.
It's really nice to work with the original creators because they have such a clear vision since they made it.
Oh yeah.
And so there's never any question about like what kind of character it is because they will tell me.
In detail, possibly with
with
something this thick.
It was about that thick, yeah. When I got the character sheets, they were like, and it was like, oh. But they actually hadn't cast the Japanese version when I started casting Card and CL. So we were casting simultaneously. So there are a couple times that they diverge more than other games. Every other game I've cast with them, I've cast after they've done the Japanese version. But in this one, I actually think I was ahead of them for about half of it. And so there are a couple times where they went with like a totally something that they didn't write down in the profile. Like it said like low, super Ikemen voice. And then like they went with like a kind of voice. And I was like, but it was a huge puzzle. It was a lot of fun. There's 312 characters in that game.
Oh yeah, but we know sometimes you just gotta feel right, and then people can surprise you, and then it's
Everybody
like what
did
they're
the
looking
best.
for.
Honestly, it's gonna be such a good game.
Well,
really
it looks to be very exciting from like the different announcements I've seen. Some of the
there's like an announcement every single day. I'm like retweeting it every single day.
Yeah, I know that's exciting because can you talk more about your casting process itself? I mean, because you see the different things. In this case, I think maybe they want to have both the voices ready for a simultaneous global release, right?
Yes, Inti's been doing that the last couple games, but they had been doing the Japanese early on, and then we'd do the English, and then have both of them for the global release. And in this game, they did that as well, but it was too big of a game, so they ended up getting kind of behind. But the casting process for me, if the Japanese is already intact, is I have like a little different of a process. For me, when I hear a voice, I attribute a color to it, and I try and find somebody with a similar color of voice. So like, for instance, if I were to give myself a voice color, it would be a really like loud magenta with like little gold flecks in it. I've got kind of a metallic voice, so that works out like it's very metallic, so you can't double up my vocals because it sounds like coins rubbing together. And that is what makes a metallic voice. But then, there's some people that have like a green voice or like a blue voice, and so I try and match the tone, not the voice itself. The tone matches.
And see, that was also fun because, like, that sounds like a fun engineering experiment to see if it sounds like coins. And then what for things, because I guess that's when people with their regular speaking voice, what you might be thinking,
like
or for the addition,
you're thinking. Have different tones within their. I listen to everybody's character demos. I don't normally ask for auditions because I kind of do things more similar to how like a Japanese casting director would do it. I assume we can all act. It's your job. So I am not particularly looking for, like, of course, like if there's somebody that seems a bit more green from their demo or from work that I've heard, I'll definitely take that into consideration. But generally speaking, I don't judge the acting ability. I'm specifically looking for a certain voice tone or color. That's what I was thinking because of the different types being... oh wait, well, what about people who that's like why you see like I've got like a really sort of casts from everywhere. I don't lock it into a certain area. I don't lock it into anything in particular. I just try and make sure that I get as close as possible to the color that I hear. So if I see like a moss green voice, I'm gonna go for a moss green voice. And of course, tones will change throughout the character. So sometimes there'll be like an emerald, and then there'll be a moss. But I'm like, they can do a moss. I'm happy. For Card and Seal in particular, though, it was a very challenging game because each actor needed to do 4 to 5 characters. So I needed to be able to match several tones within one demo. So I was specifically going for people with like really wide ranges. And that was, I think, the most sort of difficult challenge for that game. That's a cool clarification with the color, because that's what I was trying to figure out. How did you determine that? Yeah, I think it's different from most processes, but it's worked out for me so far. And I'm directing, so I feel like as long as they have good instincts, I can get anybody to give me the performance that I'm looking for. So, everybody's wonderful, and I've not had any issues. Yeah, and that's sometimes the most fun when the director wants you to create this thing, because sometimes it's like, oh, what do you think this would be? And then it's like, okay, do this, please. Yeah, and like I get surprised a lot of times. Like I'm like, I didn't think of that. That's so wonderful too. We'll keep that. And I also have like a very clear vision of what I want. The Japanese director is also with us in the booth, and he has a very clear vision. So it's up to him in the end. But a lot of times I'll have people do a couple different patterns, and we'll pick the one that's closest to the Japanese vision. So and cool. It's so wonderful. We're getting such interesting. Actors and interesting perspectives. It's wonderful. And everything from all over as well, which is such a boon for remote actors. We've got like 5 continents in this game. Which is so really cool, because we see some things are going back into things, but it's letting you know that people can do this from anywhere, because all you need is the talent, which gets developed over time, and some equipment. Some equipment and just a voice. I just need a voice. And there's no such thing as a good or a bad voice. I need all kinds of voices, and I need all kinds of perspectives, and I just want to collaborate with as many wonderful people as possible. And that's why people love working with you, because it is fun, awesome, and it may still have been aliens at first. May still have been aliens at first. Yep. Cool. Thank you. Thank